Welcome everybody back in another episode of Steehn versus Machine. Of course, I'm your host of the most, Truman, the Steehn Machine Steehn. As always, I'm joined here by my father, Scott, the Steamroller Steehn, the lead handicapper over there at Winners and Winers. Scott, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Truman. I'm just sitting here thankful that we didn't record this show on Wednesday night because I certainly would have taken this Thursday night under as one of my 5 plays. So.
Ooh, would have been tasty and tempting for sure. But I normally do my sheet on Wednesday during bowling, and I forgot to update it during bowling this week, and so I had to update it. I updated it right now before the show at about 7:30. But in my head, I saw, the under's 30. I bet I have this game way under. I bet this is certainly going to be one of my picks. So I just bet it. Turns out, not one of my picks. Turns out, it's already lost. So that's good. Got that going for me.
I'll say 2 good things about it. I was tempted to buy it up to 31 because I got it at 30.5. I was tempted to buy it up to 31 for $1.20. I didn't. And it's over by halftime, so I don't have to fucking sweat it.
I say you would have pushed it halftime, right? It's 30, it's 24, it's 21-10 right now.
Assuming there's no more, unless there's no more points in the second half, and then I'm going to be pissed because it would land spot 31. But
I'm not going to outlaw it. I'm not going to say it's not going to happen. But welcome everybody into another episode of Steehn versus Machine. Boy, do we have a show for you. That's right. This week is all gloating. That's right. That's all we're going to do. Scott and I both 5-0. We tied. Sadly, a tie, but happily 5-0. I got no problem meeting you up here.
Oh no, there's no shame in tying at 5-0. No, nobody's mad.
Now the real issue is that I went 5-0 and I gave the picks alone. So we both went 5-0 and I gave the picks alone. So if you come back and we go 0-5, oh boy, I don't know what to tell you, but it's going to be a tough day to have you on the show, I think.
What did we have? We had how many overlaps did we have last week? 3?
2. We had 2. So your picks last week.
Yeah, let's do that.
Your picks last week, you had the Chargers. You had Chargers Pats under 40.5 at -110. That cashed at 6-0.
In real life, I played the Chargers -5.5, and that was the sweetest cover I ever had in my life.
You had Lions -4. That's probably the closest you got to sweating a game all week because they won 33-28. It just kind of kept getting you kept on getting worried. Like they went up 21-3 like early, and then they started to fall off of it.
They were lining all over the place in the second half of that defense, man. Jesus Christ.
Very scary, very scary. But they still ended up covering by winning by 5. You also had Miami.
Hey, spoiler alert: Taysom Hill's gonna run. Just saying. Somewhere over the 9 hole. I'm just putting it out there. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
You had Miami, Washington over 49.5. That cashed, I think, fairly early, 45-15. Man, was it Tyreek and Tua connected for 2 60-plus yard touchdowns in like the first quarter? So
yeah.
That game started to go exactly how you thought it would. Denver, Houston under 47.5, 22-17. Got a little worried about overtime.
Oh, there was a sweat there at the end. They had Russ had the ball in the red zone at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Had to sweat a last gasp Denver drive, but because it's Russ and Denver, it did not happen.
So. Well, even a touchdown, you still would have cashed, right? You're at 22-17. Yeah, you would have. It would have cashed. It would have been close. You would have hit 46.
They would have gone. What was this? What was the final?
22-17. So they score. They're 23-22 to 47.5.
They were going for 2, dude.
Well, you would have been 20. You would have been 25-22. You still would have been all right.
Oh. Oh, it was 47.5?
Yeah, I got you at 47.5. It might have been 46.5 whenever you wrote it down, but we were able to win on MGM, FanDuel, and DraftKings. It was under 47.5 at -110 by the time we did the show.
All right.
So
okay, because I thought I had to sweat that, but that's good. So yeah. No sweat. Turned out easy winner either way.
49ers -2. You also had 49ers -2.5 at -118. Never close. That was a win of 42-19 by the 49ers.
Huge rocking chairs this week with the New England under and the Niners to cover. That was and you?
I had Atlanta. I had Falcons Jets under 34. That cashed at 13-8. never really that close.
I played that in real life, by the way.
Thank you. Arizona, Pittsburgh under 41.5. 24-10, a little close there towards the end. A couple red zone turnovers certainly helped me.
Yeah.
I had Miami. I also had Miami, Washington over 49.5. So we did overlap on that. 45-15, again, a pretty early cash. I also had the 49ers minus 2.5. Again, they won 42-19. I also
Point, huh?
what?
Did you buy that half point?
Yeah. Bought it up just a bit to make sure I got it there. I also had San Francisco, Philadelphia over 47.5, and that cashed. I double dipped in that one, and 49ers just about hit that on their own. It's just very similar to Miami almost hitting that on their own. So
You get a live number on that? Did you play that live? I bet that number went down because it was horrible weather.
man, I wish. No, we did. I got that on what was that, Friday night that we recorded that? Thursday night.
You played it in real life?
Yeah, I would play all these picks in real life. I play all of my picks are my picks. So you get my best 5 every week. I bet 9 picks every week, and you get my best 5 on this show. So
okay, there you go.
So
that's a good strategy. Making money. Bet nine games every week. What could possibly fucking go wrong there?
Yeah. Hey, positive. For my whole sheet, all my entire sheet is positive 25 units almost for the whole season. And right. Just those 9 picks are positive 7.8. So not bad. All right now. So I went 5-0 last week. I'm plus 500. That added I was plus 499 going into the show. So then I add the 500. I'm at almost plus 1,000. I'm at plus 999. 28. I'm 28-17 overall for the season. Scott, you needed it. 5-0 plus 500. You were at minus 1052. You add 500. Now you're only at minus 552. You're right back. I was gonna say I was getting worried for you. I was like, man, he's got to start chipping away if he's gonna try to get positive before the end of the season. You said, no. How about a chunk? How about one chunk right now? So you're up to 20, 24-1, minus 552. You're 2 episodes away. You could be you could be plus 1,000 by the end of the season. You just go 500, 500, 500, 500. Easy. It's simple.
I'm liking it. Like where your head's at.
So let's keep it rocking. And Scott, you know what?
What?
I'm feeling generous. You haven't had it. You haven't got to do this a ton this season. And so I just want to, especially with a 5-0 week, you've deserved it. Scott, why don't you go first?
All right, I'll be happy to do that. The 5-0 week, certainly that deserves the leadoff spot here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be bold here in my first pick, my friend. I'm gonna take a look at the Rams Ravens as Charm City hosts the boys from LA as they travel. Ravens 7.5 point home favorites here. I like the visitors, my friend. This is a Rams game Rams team that has found their running game over the last 3 weeks as Kyron Williams averaged 6.8 yards per carry. Not surprisingly,
huge for my fantasy team.
Rams are 3-0 in that stretch, and they have been dominating, winning those games by an average of 13.6 points per game. You think Ravens, you think defense. Not so quick, my friend. They are not great against the run, ranking just 22nd against the rushing attack, giving up 4.3 yards per carry. No Mark Andrews. Marlon Humphreys is questionable as of this recording. That's a huge problem in the defensive backfield. This Rams team, it's very simple. When they run, they win. I think LA can have success on the ground. I think they can keep Baltimore and Lamar Jackson on the sidelines. I like the Rams here. Maybe not to win it, but I'll take them 7. The hook, that sells it. Give me 7.5.
Absolutely. Yeah, I like the hook. I feel like they are. I don't know if they're within a score of the Ravens, but if you give them a full score, I like them a little better. And especially they have started to pick it up a little bit, and a team that's desperate, a team that's looking to make that playoff push. So I like them a little bit more. Obviously, the Ravens trying to hold on to the top seed there also, but I like it. I like the Rams to keep it close as they're at 6-6, trying to make that push. All right. My first pick, Scott. Saints minus 4.5 against the Carolina Panthers. Yes, Derek Carr is hurt. I understand. Normally, I do not bet games when they're playing quarterbacks that have been hurt or replacement quarterbacks in. But listen, we've seen enough of Jameis, I think, to know at this point. Also, it helps that they're playing the worst team in the league in the Carolina Panthers. Even with getting rid of Frank Reich, they looked a little more lively last week. A little bit. They had a little bit of a breath. Still the worst team in the league, man. Still really just awful. Give me the Saints minus 4.5 against this terrible Panthers team, and sit back and take it.
Yeah, well, Panthers did it to me last week as I played Tampa Bay, and the Buccaneers just couldn't hold that fucking lead late in the game. So Godspeed with famous Jameis Winston, 2 touchdowns, 5 interceptions this year so far. You said, what did you say? You know what we have, and we've seen enough of Jameis to know what we have? That ain't no lie.
I've seen
That is
enough.
no fucking lie.
I also had
enough.
that Bucks minus 5.5. We were about 30 seconds short of being able to cash that, as they got stalled out, or they were able to kill the clock at their own at the Carolina 20, and I was just like, please do something dumb with the clock, so you got to kick this field goal, and they did not.
They did not. So yeah, very good. We'll see how that goes. I don't want to tell the Panthers how to play defense. Obviously, they're trained professionals. They have a lot of wonderful coaches. But when Taysom Hill's in the game, I want to keep an eye on him because it's very possible he could be running the football around the tight end spot. So
I like their odds.
Yeah, so keep an eye on that. Hey, how about a little NFC Norris battle as the surprising to some Detroit Lions head to Soldier Field to take on the Bears. Lions 3-point favorites in this game, but I don't care because I'm looking at the total of 43. Now, this was a game that was going to be impacted by weather. This total had been down to as low as 40.5 or 41, back up to 43 now. If you got this over on Monday, Tuesday maybe, good luck to you. But now, looks like it's just going to be fine. Going to be in the low 40s with a little bit of wind at Chicago. You know, we got 10, 11 mile an hour wind. Shit, that's a nice, cool day. Play football up there. This is a Detroit defense, man. We talked about it a little bit, but they have been absolutely shiting the bed here over the last month, giving up 30.2 points per game. But I know what you're saying. You say, well, these are the Bears. The Bears don't score on anybody. Well, guess what? One of those 4 games was the Bears, and they gave up 26 to them. That's the only time Chicago scored more than 17 points since Halloween. Good Lord. These teams like to run the football, number 3 and 4, respectively, in rushing. However, both defenses are top 5 against the rush. The Bears, in fact, are numero uno. 3 weeks ago, these teams combined for 298 rushing yards, and that game landed 57. We've got a couple of options here. They're either going to keep with their game and be able to run the ball successfully like they did last time, or they're going to be able to shut it down, forcing the passing game to come more into prominence. I believe either one of those options serves us very well. Total last time was 47.5. Game landed 57. New total 43. I don't know. Fuck, you explain it to me. I don't get it. If this is a sucker bet, so be it. Get the net and reel me in because I'm buying it hook, line, and sinker. Lions, Bears over 43.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm right there with you. I have this valued at 54, which is just about where it was last time. So I don't know why the number stayed so low. I guess it is that weather that they're talking about. Hey, personally, as somebody who's spending Christmas in Chicago, I like to see the weather warming up just a bit. Could use or maybe have it all come out now. I don't know how weather works. Whatever. But
very possible what happens 3 weeks before you're leaving, it won't affect it at all.
Yeah, that's very true. If I've learned anything. All right. So I do like your bet there, Chicago, Detroit over 43. Let's move on to my bet. My second bet of the day, I have the Texans minus 3.5. They are at the New York Jets. Zach Wilson gonna start. Looks like this is it's a defense that I worry could be a little tricky for C.J. Stroud. But C.J. Stroud he's looked great. He's a bona fide MVP candidate. Not as much as he was the past couple of weeks, but he's still right there. He's still doing all right. He's still making his push. Texans still trying to make that playoff push, especially. They got to be ramping up just a little bit, seeing Trevor Lawrence is out. It's a Jets defense that is good, but it's a Jets offense that is just dreadful, man. I like the Texans defense to be able to shut down that Jets offense. I like Texans to be able to score just enough to win this game. I like them probably -7 even. I have them as pretty heavy favorites according to the sheet, but I've got them as all the way as 24-point favorites, so I really love it. But Texas minus 3.5, I feel pretty confident in.
Did that line move?
Yes, it moved heavily. I saw that you
Why?
had 6. I saw you sent me 6.5. I saw it's opened at 4.5, but it's down to 3.5. Unless I'm looking at the wrong line. But let me double check. But because I even did
No,
like
I
a double
thought
take when you sent it.
it's definitely 3.5 now. There is no question about it.
Yeah.
See if that line had moved, because if it has, I want to fucking know why.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm looking.
Open minus 4.5, now 3.5.
It
Huh.
hasn't moved that far, I guess, but a little bit. But
Well, I got to tell you, when I did
Laramie
my
Tunsil
NFL,
full participant, so no, I'm
when I is everybody's healthy?
pretty much. Noah
Are you
Brown
looking?
practiced today. George Fant didn't practice today.
That's
Or
not
no, sorry.
good.
Yeah, no, didn't practice today.
Noah Fant. Noah
No,
Fant.
no, George Fant, the offensive tackle. I assume a
Oh,
backup
the
offensive
tackle. Oh,
tackle.
yeah. Okay, well.
Uh,
No, that
so
3.5, 3 point move is that's quarterback. That's it.
right.
There's
I mean, I guess maybe they saw Zach Wilson in instead of Tim Boyle, but I don't think Zach Wilson being in is a 3-point move. So,
who's their other quarterback there?
man, well they dropped Tim Boyle. They
Yeah,
picked up.
they got rid of touchdown Timmy Boyle.
Oh shit! They picked up Trevor Simeon. No, Brett
Trevor
Rip.
Siemian.
Brett was it?
I
Was
think they picked up both of them.
and Brett Rippin?
Yeah, I think so. I think they got both of them, and they got rid of touchdown Timmy Boyle.
Yeah, I think they picked up Trevor Simeon last week, and then they picked up Brett Rippin this week. Yeah, I think you're right.
Tim Boyle just is the Nathan Peterman of Zach Wilson. Really is. Um,
Uh,
so
awful.
well, Truman, I got to tell you, I did my NFL show with the gang on Tuesday. I took the Texans minus 6.5. So
Hope you got
I'm gonna
great odds on it.
I'm gonna go ahead and take the Texans minus 3.5. I think that's the play here. Um, the Jets, we talk about the offense. People say, well, it's like rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic, and what it is, it's like picking up one of the deck chairs and just hitting the other fuckers right upside the head, and then throwing all the deck chairs overboard. And as the ship goes down, it's nothing like rearranging the chairs. This is a Jets offense that hasn't scored more than 13 points since Boomer Esiason. No, since they beat the Eagles on October 15th. Yes, that really happened. Hard to believe. It seems like only 6 years ago that happened, but yes, that was October 15th. Not even 2 months hence, the Jets beat the Eagles to hand them their only defeat before last week. In that stretch, not surprisingly, they're 0-5-1 against the number. If you wanted to play a total there, against the spread, they're also 5-1 to the under as well. They give up points to good offenses. The defense does well against the little sisters of the poor. Houston, I call them on the cusp of being a good offense. They certainly have a lot of potential. If you wanted to make a play, I like Houston to cover. If you wanted to play Jets team total under 14-ish, 13.5, somewhere in that neck of the woods, I wouldn't hate that play either, since like I said, they haven't scored more than 13 points in the last 6 weeks. So yeah, give me Houston minus 3.5, just like you.
Nice. I obviously I like that pick. Just listen, it's a fine Texans team, a good divine Texans team, and it's a bad Jets team. Sometimes we keep it fairly simple here. Sorry. Also, for everybody watching on YouTube, they're really getting treated to a graphic design treat, as for some reason we flipped, and they're getting to see a little bit behind how the sausage is made. And
I think I just came up with this. I think whoever loses between you and I has to sing "Cats in the Cradle" the next week.
yeah, you just want to sing "Cats in the Cradle." I know.
When you're making bets, son, I don't know when, but we'll play the over then.
Yeah, yeah. We that could be the new song, the show opening every week is just whoever lost that week having to sing it.
If I write different words to that song, can we use it as an opener if I just sing it?
I don't see why we couldn't. I don't see they could. I don't think they could stop us from using it. I don't think they could copyright us. I don't think we're going to get struck on YouTube. I don't think they're going to say, "I think that's Cats in the Cradle." I think somebody should be making money off of that.
Believe me, between me writing and singing it, it'll sound nothing like Cats in the Cradle. So I think we'll be fine. All right, what do you got? Give me another pick.
My third pick of the week, I have Eagles Dallas over or Eagles Cowboys over 51.5 at -110. Again, you can find that on all sportsbooks except for DraftKings and MGM. By the way, my Texans -3.5 and your Texans -3.5, you can find at Caesars. My Saints -4.5 at -110, you can find at PointsBet. And your Rams +7.5, you can find at Caesars. Detroit, Chicago over 43 is all but FanDuel and DraftKings. All right, sorry, I'd like to list the sportsbook normally so people don't say, well, where are they getting these picks? Well, we're getting real lines here, folks.
They call it Caesars because that's what you have when you bet the under in the New England Pittsburgh game and it's 31 at halftime. You're already beat. You have a big Caesar. Welcome to Caesar's Palace. 51.5 was the number in that.
51.5 is the number in that. Yes.
All right. Very good.
Listen, I think it's two teams that certainly can put up plenty of points. So I like our odds here. I think Philly's going to be looking to get back on track. I think this is going to be a hard fought game. You saw the last game between these two teams, still fairly high scoring, and I imagine you'll see the same thing. Dallas, I think, is hungry, man, and this Dallas team has looked good, and they're only a game back. I like a real shot here. It's 28-23 last time. And Vegas, see, that's how you set a goddamn line after an old game, Vegas. 28-23, and they set it over 51.5. See? Right there. Boom. I don't know what's going on with that Detroit-Chicago game, but yeah. I like Dallas to actually punch it in this time. Give me over 51.5 in that Dallas-Philly game.
All right, very good. Hey, speaking of good teams, how about them Niners? Niners taking on the Seahawks as the Seahawks living in there and in Seattle. They all look to the west and watch the sun go down, much like the Seattle Seahawks playoff chances this year, as they're in the middle of an absolutely brutal run. It don't get much easier for the boys in Coffee City. Not going to get easier in this one as the Niners 10.5-point home favorites. I'm all in on this San Francisco team. Third in points scored, second in points given up. Numero uno in a turnover margin. Big problem with Seattle. Their run game has absolutely fallen off a cliff, and it is not likely to improve against this Niners team that has given up just 65 yards per game on the ground in their last 4. They have been flat out stoning the competition on defense. I don't see that not continuing here in this one. As the Beatles said, don't let me down. Give me the Niners -10.5.
I like it. This Seahawks team is just it was a good story last year, just not as good of a story as this year. So they regress to the mean, quite simply. So
almost literally, they're 500. So
yeah. My fourth pick of the day, I have Tennessee, Miami over 46.5. Every week I come on here lately, I feel like, and I've bet the Miami over, and it has been fruitful again. All of a sudden, I'm back in that well. This is a Tennessee defense that is not very good. Not very good. I have them ranked as the third worst defense in the NFL. And they're going against what I have now ranked as the second best offense in the NFL. The best offense in the NFL, of course, the 49ers. And the best defense in the NFL that I have ranked, the 49ers. Yes. So I do support your 49ers -10.5. But beside the point, Tennessee, Miami over 46.5. I think Tyreek Hill at this point could put up 7 touchdowns on his own at any moment. So I like Tennessee, Miami over 46.5. I don't think this one will be very competitive at all. So,
oh, buddy, Zappy got crappy through a pick there. They returned back to the 15-yard line. I'd almost gone a whole quarter and had to sweat the 31 still, as they still had not scored a fucking point in the third quarter. So, I thought we were a quarter away from people listening to this video and just laughing their ass off when it landed 31. But
31 would be crazy. You said they returned it where? To the 15?
I believe inside the 15, if I'm not mistaken here.
Shit. I need them to run out the clock because I've got to bet that there's one quarter where neither of them score any points. And if they score in the last minute of this quarter because of Bailey Zappi's interception, yeah, I'm going to be.
It really wasn't Zappi's fault. It was really good defense. If you see that,
I did. I've got it. I've got it up. I did see. It's funny. Right before that play happened, though, they did show Mac Jones with his head down, moping on the sideline, which is pretty funny.
No, I could see it. Mac Jones, I could do that. There you go. You got your running plays.
Thank God they handed off to Najee Harris. That's a great way to not score any points in this quarter. Okay.
Now let's see him do it again, buddy. Let's see him do it again.
All right. While we're waiting on that, your final pick.
Hey, how about them Cowboys? Give me the Cowboys. Big battle there in the NFC East. The Eagles come to Jerry World to take on the Cowboys. Cowboys -3.5. This game undoubtedly features the second best team in the NFL, and we'll know just who that is when the game is over. I think the Niners, they exposed the Eagles a little bit. Now you say the Niners, well, there's something special. They got a very special offense. Well, you know what? Guess who else has a really special offense? It's them Dallas Cowboys. I think they're going to be able to exploit a lot of the same weaknesses that San Francisco did. These two teams are very similar. They have a good, solid running game, and they're able to throw it down the field. Dak is having a possible MVP season, and I think it's going to continue against these Eagles. Cowboys, better team tonight at least. Give me Dallas -3.5.
I think this Dallas teams look great, man. It's weird to say it, not ironically, but I think they might be them boys this year. I'm saying it.
Did he throw an incomplete pass?
They did throw an incomplete pass on second down. 3rd and 9. Oh, dude, no, they're gonna throw again. Sack him.
Oh no.
Yes.
He's down.
Yes.
You're good. Clock keeps running. Yep, no sweat, buddy.
Nothing stupid. Thank God for Mitch Trubisky. Holy shit. All right. Okay. All right. Sorry. So Cowboys -3.5. Yes, I absolutely believe this Cowboys team has just been better. Eagles team is also looking worse. They don't look like that great of a team. So.
Well, they've played a lot of tight games. They've let a lot of people stay around in games. They've been able to get hot in the fourth quarter, squeak out some wins. One time they didn't do it, of course, was against the Jets. And they're this year's Vikings. They were living on the edge and just getting it done in all those one-score games. They weren't blowing people out, and he caught up with them. And I think that we're going to see that. I think we're going to see it continue. I think we're also going to discover that the NFC East, outside the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles, ain't that good. It's like here. It's like here. Have a couple of free wins if you would like to enjoy those.
Yeah. Well, that brings me to my final pick of the week. I have Green Bay Packers at the New York Giants under 37. This Giants team not very good, man. I don't know if you know that or not. Green Bay, Jordan. The thing that does scare me is Jordan Love looks like he's figured out something these last couple weeks. He's looking very good. Beat the Chiefs.
Well, at the very least, he figured out the Chiefs' defense.
Yeah.
He didn't want for much in that game.
LaFleur really had a great game plan. A lot of misdirection, kept the Chiefs defense, slowed that Chiefs defense down, kept them on their toes. So the Green Bay has been looking a lot better. The Giants are still very bad. I feel confident in saying that the Giants are not very good. So I like Green Bay. I worry about Green Bay's offense, but I appreciate having the New York Giants on the other side of that football. So give me the under 37, -110. You can find that at FanDuel and MGM. By the way, I had Miami, Tennessee over 46.5 at -108. You can find that at DraftKings. Scott's 49ers -10.5 is all but PointsBet or DraftKings, and the Cowboys -3.5 even over at MGM.
Very good.
So that's it.
All right, just to run through my picks, Uno Mas. I got the Rams +7.5 in a stunner against the Ravens. I've also got the Texans -3.5 at the Meadowlands. Niners take care of business at home -10.5. Cowboys do the same -3.5. I missed one. Bears, Lions over 43. No bad weather there. Don't be scared.
Yep. And my 5 picks, I had the Saints minus 4.5 at minus 110. The Texans minus 3.5 at minus 105. Philadelphia, Dallas over 51.5 at minus 110. Tennessee, Miami over 46.5 at minus 108. And Green Bay, New York football Giants at under 37 at minus 110. So
There you go.
there you go. 5 picks.
Another 10-0, baby. I can feel it coming. Here we go.
Woo, can feel it. Can feel it. Gosh, just like fish in a barrel. That's what we're doing right now. Fish in a barrel. So,
yes, sir.
Looking forward to this week. Dude, if they don't score here.
This is what annoys me.
Oh,
you're down.
Terrible.
You're down 11. It's 4th and 2.
Kick a field goal.
Kick fucking field goal.
Kick a field goal.
How hard is that? These coaches, it becomes a fucking dick measuring contest, and these guys got to show them that they can score a goddamn touchdown.
They don't go for it on 4th down when it actually makes sense, and then when it finally actually makes sense to kick a field goal, they go for it. It's the same. It's the same thing. It's the same reason Brandon Staley isn't going to have a job after this year. Man has all the 4th down analytics in the world until he needs to actually not go for it on 4th down, and then he's still going for it on 4th. I don't know, man. So stupid.
Oh, fucking Pickens is standing and throwing. He's gathering dust in the end zone. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Well, already in do.
All right. Well, that's it.
Nothing to close the show like lamenting about a game that is going to be 2 days old by the time people listen to this.
Dude, it's gonna hit 30. I know it's gonna hit 31, man. It's gonna be 21-10, and this is just gonna be.
That's right. They still didn't fucking score I didn't even think about that. I totally fucking written that off. Like, okay, well that's over. Oh shit, they're gonna that.
Dude, this will be so. Oh,
we're gonna laugh so hard. Shit about the half point, fat boy. God damn it, that's too funny. Okay,
hey, wait, but you got it at 31, or did you get it 30.5?
I got it 30.5. I had it clicked. I had the half point clicked at $1.20. I'm like, don't be a fucking more.
Man, I was like, dude, if you got it at 31, like you're all right.
Matter.
Yeah.
If I'd have gotten to 30, I would have never thought about buying it to 31. But getting into 31 is a fucking it's a really key number, man. It's a key totals number.
I'm learning right now.
4 touchdowns and a field goal, So
yeah. Well,
anyway, okay.
We're down. We're down tremendously. We're hoping for 31. We're wishing we had 31 instead of 30 in a Thursday night football game. Let's end it here, guys.
Safety or something, please. All right.
Let's end it while we have some dignity.
Thanks for listening, everybody. If you want to get some more My Picks, make sure you check out winnersandwhiners.com. Check out the Experts tab, and that will have information on my plays. If you want to get some of my premium plays, some of my best plays every week, make sure you check those out as well. You can follow me on the socials. I'm over there on the Twitter X at Steehn Roller. It's like it sounds. So if you are at this channel, you probably know how to spell Steehn. I won't insult you by spelling it for you. Just go find me on Twitter.
Yeah. And we appreciate you guys for being here. Appreciate you for hanging out. Oh, my God. They should have intercepted that ball, and then they just blocked the punt. Well, there you go. All right. Appreciate you for being here. Open Disaster Productions on YouTube. Hope you're liking, subscribing if you're watching on YouTube there. If you're listening on Spotify, I hope you're following and rating. Again, at Steehn Machine, at Steehn Roller over there on Twitter, at Steehn Machine on TikTok. Hey, even on YouTube, we're posting little YouTube shorts. Go ahead, go check it out. We appreciate you guys for being here. Scott, you want to say the line?
That's right. You guys, I don't know what you want from us. 10-0 last week, 7-3 the week before, 17-3. All of these picks, get your money down. At the end of the day, you pick up those winning tickets and head back to the window. See you next time.
All right, see you guys.